Hey guys, Julian here, also known as the Beard Thrift Machine. What we're doing is we're going to talk about returns today on eBay and how I messed up on my very first one. So, here's the story. What I did was bought this really nice leather, it was called an A1 goat skin made for Air Force bomber jacket. It seemed pretty old, made in the United States, really good looking jacket. Thing was pristine. Post it. Guy starts asking a lot of questions on eBay about it. At that point, now what I know, should have been a little suspicious that probably this was going to be returned before I even sent it, just by the amount of questions that was asked and all this stuff. So anyway, sent him everything that he said. He ended up buying it, sold it, shipped it, not a big deal. So when he gets it, he wants a return maybe like 2 days after it was delivered. And it said that in the return, it said that it smelled bad and that the elastic was worn around the cuffs and the bottom, which was untrue. So I was like, it's my first return, so I get a little nervous. I'm like, man, what happened? This thing was perfect, and this was one of my very first sales. This was not like it's been, months in or even a week in. I'm pretty sure this was like my 4th or 5th sale, and I'm thinking I'm starting off on the wrong foot, so I'm getting a little nervous on what to do. So I don't read anything on how to do returns. He has a return request. I did not have free returns at the time, and I still kind of don't. It all depends on what the item is. So I automatically, when I get the return request, I hit send refund because I want this guy to give me a good review. I'm all about reviews. I'm like, man, I need a 5-star review, and I don't have it. I think maybe I had 1 or 2 at the time. I'm talking this was brand new. And so I'm nervous. I'm thinking, oh, geez, I'm done messed up. So I send him a refund. And then he says, thank you for the refund. And then I wait, and I'm thinking, alright. And then he writes me back and says, well, how do I ship you the item? And I have no idea because I've never done this before. So I contact eBay, and they tell me, well, you done gone and messed up, sir. What you did was you gave him his money back prior to him giving you the item so he can keep it. This thing sold for like $85. I was in for it for $25, and at the time, this was my biggest purchase of $25, and it was definitely my biggest flip of $85. So I was like, you've got to be kidding me. I'm out 25 bucks, I done messed up, this is terrible, I'm getting down on myself. So I talked to him and everything. I was like, listen, I'll send you a packing slip where you send the leather jacket back. Now I'm thinking I'm never going to see this leather jacket again. Turns out I sent him the packing slip. By good graces, he was a good buyer on eBay. He did receive it, and about a week to 2 weeks later, I did get the leather jacket back. It was in good condition, as I sent it to him. Still didn't have any odors to it or anything like that. I flipped it again for I think actually a less price, maybe $75. And then, it worked out. But if you do want your item back, you cannot give them their money right away. You have to, I know, again, it sounds self-explanatory. Like, why does that doesn't even sound right. But they have to ship the item back, then you give the return. You can give, I just learned through a fellow YouTuber and Instagrammer, that you can actually give partial refunds of like 50% if it was a new item and they opened it and stuff like that. So there's a different ways to handle it. But that's how I messed up my first return. Just be careful of that. I know it was like a brand new reseller, you get your first return. Number one, you're upset because somebody wants to return the item you just sold. And then it compounds when you give them the money and you don't get your product back if you want it. So hopefully that helps somebody else out. Like I said, I'm going to have a lot of these of like little mistake videos that hopefully does help somebody. We'll catch you in the next one.